All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, double honors to the elders at Great Millstone, and salutations to the Akim that's teaching me that's teaching the truth and sincerity. This is Barack Abbar, and I'm just doing this show because I watched the show that the brother did from London, GMS Fear the Most High 7, going into the difference of being eligible for war and priesthood and being adult, being eligible of being an adult and the difference. And I'm just backing him up based off of some articles that I read because you have assholes out here. You have, you know, emotional, effeminate ass niggas that has a problem with women, okay, having sex with men at the ages of 12 and 13. And what classifies you being a man or a woman or adult overall is when your reproductive system grows. When women become fertile and they get their cycles, and when men start to ejaculate, okay? When they start to bust all types of nuts, all right? That's what classifies you of being an adult, okay? And we're going to pull it out in this article. Okay, this is adult Wikipedia free encyclopedia. Adult is the topic. Biologically, an adult is a human being or other organism that has reached sexual maturity. With sexual maturity, the age when you become able to reproduce. Like I said, when men get semen in their nuts, and women they start to grow their eggs. Okay, grow an egg, which the semen goes into the egg and bring forth a son or a daughter. Okay, in human context, the term adult additionally has meanings associated with social and legal, which is the so-called white man's bullshit. Concepts in contrast to a minor. A minor, according to the so-called white man, is anybody under the age of 18. A legal adult is a person who has attained the age of majority. The age of majority ranges from 18 to 21. I mean 16 to 21. That's the age of majority. In this it is therefore regarded as an independent, self-sufficient, and responsible. Okay? That's what classifies an adult. Okay? According to the so-called white man. Okay. Therefore regarded as an independent, self-sufficient, and responsible. This is an adult that's classified by the maturity of your mind, okay? Human adulthood encompasses psychological adult development. Definitions of adulthood are often inconsistent and contradictory. A person may be biologically an adult and have adult behavior but still be treated as a child if they are under the legal age of majority, which is 16 to 18. I mean 21. Okay. Now, like I said, a person may be biologically an adult. Now, how are you biologically an adult? Because you're able to have sex with the opposite sex and reproduce. Okay. That's what biologically an adult is. And have adult behavior because you start to become self sufficient and responsible. That's adult behavior. That's why teenagers around the age of 12 to 21, 12 to 18, 19, 20, they always bucking up against their parents or starting to rebel, okay, because they want to be on their own. They want to start doing for themselves, okay? Why you think it's like that? Because in the ancient world, by that time period, you was already you had your own family. You started your business with your father. Okay, you continue on in the business with your father. Okay, you had your own family. Probably you had your own household. Okay, but still be treated as a child if they are under the legal age of majority. That's this day and age. It wasn't a custom in our ancient world. Okay, conversely, one may legally be an adult but possess none of the maturity and responsibility that may define an adult character. An adult character is self sufficient, independent, and responsible. That's what maturity and responsibility that may define an adult character. Okay? But that doesn't mean that they're not an adult. Okay? And then relating to the outcome of adulthood is coming of age, which encompasses passing a series of tests to demonstrate that a person is prepared for adulthood. That's how it was in our ancient world. Showed you in the movie Sparta, I mean 300, and it's the certain customs of the Native Americans, the Seminole Indians, and the rest of the indigenous tribes of North, South, Central America. When you hit a certain age, you had to do a test to prove that you was a man. Okay, whether it was stay in the woods for 7 days, all right, go hunting by yourself, go kill a wolf, go kill a vicious animal, go kill a bear or something, go hunt a buffalo and bring it back by yourself. You know, it was always some type of test to prove that what you was a man. Or one test would be, uh, having sex with a woman that came of age, that reached the age of puberty. Okay, prepared for adulthood or reaching a specific specified age sometimes is in conjunction with demonstrating preparations. Most modern societies determine legal adulthood based on reaching a legal specified age without requiring a demonstrating or physical maturity or preparation for adulthood. Okay. Biological adulthood. Historically and culturally, adulthood has been determined primarily by the start of puberty. Puberty is between the ages of 12 to 14, 12, 13 years old, 11, 12, 13 years old. That's when the starting age of puberty. The appearance of secondary sex characters, which secondary sex characters goes into when women start to develop uh body like chest, ass, hips, thick thighs. Men, their chest get more broad, they get more stronger, muscle development, and they rod and their testicles get bigger. Okay, and he gets semen in his testicles, such as menstruation, which is a woman's cycle, a woman having a period, and in women, and ejaculation in men. Okay, he gains semen. He start to bust all kinds of nuts in men. Okay, and pubic hairs in both sexes. In the past, a person usually moved from the status of child directly to status of adult, often when this shift being marked by some type of coming of age test or ceremony, which was usually when uh, going into betroth. Okay, going into betrothal, when a family would give their daughter to another family's son. Okay, or a family would give their daughter to a king or a prince. Okay, a family could have been poor, and in order to obtain riches, they would give their daughter to a richer family or a royal family to get money, to get wages. Okay, and another test, a coming of age test or ceremony, was having sex. Okay, because they'll come out with the sheet or the blanket stating that she lost her virginity. Okay, showing that the blood was on the sheets. Okay, after the social construct of adolescence was created, adulthood split into two forms: biological, biological adulthood. Salakia. Yeah, Salakia. I was trying to find a clip, but a movie came to my head about some type of coming of age test or ceremony. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, when nature calls, and at the end, this is what happened.
What's Daddy saying? Well, I think he's saying she's not a virgin. They can tell that.
Yeah, that basically was it. But that was the ceremony I was thinking of. Well, that to give you an image of the the, the, the coming of age ceremony when one tribe would have send the king would send his daughter, and the king of another tribe would have his son have sex, so the tribes could be have a covenant together. Okay, after the social construct of adolescence, which is teenage years, was created, adulthood split into two forms: biological adulthood and social adulthood. Thus, there are now two primary forms of adults. This is all the so-called white man bullshit. Okay, biological adults, people who have attained reproductive ability and fertile, okay, or who evidence secondary sex characteristics, and social adults. And social adults, people who are recognized by their culture and or law as being adults. Depending on the context, adult can indicate either definition. Okay. Although few or no established dictionaries provide a definition for the two-word term biological adult, the first definition of adult is multiple dictionary includes dictionaries includes the stage of the life cycle of an animal after reproductive capacity has been attained. Thus, the base definition of the word adult is period. It is the period beginning at puberty. Okay, because once you're able to reproduce, you able to bear kids, which makes you a parent, which makes you an adult. Okay. Regardless or contrary to what's said or what mind states you are an adult once you're able to reproduce. Now, whether your mind is able to take care of kids, that has nothing to do with the fact that you're able to bear kids, which makes you an adult. Okay, you can't take away from that factor. All right. Okay, well, yeah, Salak. Thus, the base definition of the word adult is the period beginning at puberty. Although this is a primary definition of the base word adult, the two-word term biological adult stresses or clarifies that the original definition, based on the beginning of puberty, is being used. Okay, puberty and therefore biological adult generally begins around 10, 11 years of age for girls and 11 to 12 years of age for boys. Now, only reason it's so young is really from 11 to 13 because the GMO foods that's in our societies, all the hormones and steroids that's pumped into our food, okay, which makes our sons and daughters grow up faster than what they usually are supposed to, than the natural time period that we supposed to, okay. That's why you got girls with tits and ass that look like grown ass women at 13, 15, 13, 14, 15 years old. They already look like they're 21, 22 years old. Okay? And you got 18, 19, 20-year olds and look like they're up in age because they look more fully developed. Okay? Because of the GMO foods. Okay? Though this will vary from person to person because the term adult is most often used without the adjective social or biological. And since the term is frequently used to refer to social adults, some writers have taken the meaning of the two-word phrase biological adult to begin at the end of physical maturation rather than the onset of puberty. Okay? Because that's what they push. They push that you being an adult is psychological. Okay? You being an adult is how you conduct yourself. But in all actuality, what makes you an adult is being able to reproduce. Okay, being able to bear kids. That's what makes you an adult. All right. Let's say give a scenario. A woman a woman is 30 years old, but she's mentally challenged and she has a mind of an 8-year old. Is she not an adult? Even though her mind is of an 8-year old, she thinks she's a kid. Even though the majority, 99.9% of these women out here today has minds of a fucking 9-year old and a 10-year old. Even though that shit is true, I'm just giving a scenario for you emotional niggas out there. If a woman is 30 years old but she has a disability where her mind is of an 8-year old, is she not a woman? She's not taking care of herself neither. She's still being raised by her family, being looked at after her family because she's mentally challenged. But is she not a woman? Is she not? If a man had popped her, would she not be able to bear kids? Okay then. Let's read these couple of scriptures. This is Isaiah chapter 29 verse 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. Yeah, the so-called white man, he turned everything upside down. Because he has you niggas thinking that a woman isn't a woman until she 18, 21 years old. Which is bullshit. Okay? He has you thinking that you're equal to a woman. He has you thinking that women are above you. That you're supposed to give your lives to women. Which is total madness and nonsense. Okay? And he even have 2/3 of our people thinking this too. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. So everything that you turned upside down is going to be broken. Okay, all the lies and the madness that you teach and that you put out is going to be broken. It's going to be destroyed. Okay? For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he have no understanding? And that's what 2/3 of our people do. Okay, if there's a God, why are we like this? If there is a God, why did he let y'all eat your own babies? If there is a God. And that's what 2/3 of our people would say. And for that, they're going to be put to death and destroyed. Okay. This is Isaiah chapter 5 verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. Okay. Woe meaning destruction unto them that call evil good and good evil. What's evil? Homosexuality is evil. What's evil? Saying that a person isn't an adult until they hit the age of 21 or 18. That's evil. What's evil? Adultery is evil. Okay? Which is held in high regard in our society. Which is held in high regard in the music industry, in the Hollywood, okay, in the entertainment business. Adultery is held in high regard. Okay? That's exactly why our women are the way they are today. Okay? Because you got the mothers teaching them, don't settle down, go explore. Go explore the world, don't settle down yet. That's just straight wickedness. You teaching your daughters to be a fucking harlot, be a slut and a hoe. When a woman is supposed to be with one man until she dies. Okay? She's supposed to be with her husband until she dies. Alright? They call that evil. I mean, they call that good. But that's all evil in the sight of the Lord. And they put good for evil. Because we saying we supposed to kill homosexuals. We supposed to put faggots and lesbians to death. But they call that evil. If your woman get out of order, you have the right to put hands on her. They call that evil. Okay? To say that you above your woman, they call that evil. Okay? That put darkness for light and light for darkness. That put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Okay? And I hope you brothers was edified through the spirit. That was just a show. Y'all brothers, I'm gonna have the article in the description box. So you brothers want to read more into it or pull more out of it, y'all can. Okay. With that, I'm gonna say all praises Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the elders at Great Millstone, and shalom to you, Akim. Shalom.